Hi, my name is Ashley Wadenkamp, and for my speech today, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what working as a patient care assistant at Portico Place Manor is like. First, I would like to distinguish the difference between assisted living, independent living facilities, and actual nursing homes. Assisted living is just where the facility offers personal care and health-related services. Most of the time in these facilities, the patients need these services. An independent living facility, they may or may not provide hospitality and supportive services. So Portico Place is an independent living facility. We do offer these services. Not all residents need these services. And an actual nursing home provides 24-hour skilled care, and this is in a nursing home the patients rely on this assistance. And assisted living and independent living, as far as rules and regulations for state and federal, they run together. And this information is via Integra Corporation. And for tonight's speech, my boss has allowed me to use the building, which is where I am now, as my visual, and to do this during my shift so I know I'm not forgetting anything. To start off, I would like to say that I have the least interaction with the residents here because I work the graveyard shift, which is 12 a.m. to 8 a.m. The first thing I do when I come in about 11:45, speak to whoever's here on shift about how their shift went, any problems, that sort of thing. And then I immediately walk down the 2 halls and make rounds and check on the residents. Usually everyone's sleeping, sometimes someone's going to the bathroom, but most of the time they're all sleeping. Once I've made rounds, I settle into their living room area, which contains 2 couches, a couple chairs, and a TV with a large screen so the residents can sit. And sometimes our PCAs will bring movies and sit and watch movies with the residents. That would be on the 4 to 12 shift where they have time to do those sort of things. And for my first visual aid, I'd like to show you this. And this is what we use to decide what shifts do what cleaning activities. Now, on the graveyard shift, you can't do very much cleaning. You can't break out the vacuum and vacuum the hallways because the residents are sleeping. So to know what I'm supposed to do, you open up this book and it has each shift highlighted and then stuff that all shifts should do anyways. So for night shift, at 12 a.m. to 8 a.m., making the beds in the morning, cleaning the front porch in the morning with the blower, checking supplies, dusting, watering inside plants, cleaning the kitchen, cleaning the sink, dusting, wiping the windows. That's about all night shift can do. Now, another thing I want to bring up is the residents' privacy and independent living. From the Assisted Living Regulatory Review, which is a review of all the statewide rules, many residents choose independent assisted living because they still have a good deal of privacy. The general rule here at Portico is at night, once the residents are asleep and their doors are closed, that's it. We're not supposed to go in the room unless we have a good reason. We think we hear them fall, or they pull their call lights. When they pull their call lights, we go straight into their room and see what they need. Once I'm done cleaning and make rounds every hour or so, the rest of the time I'm just supposed to keep myself busy and stay awake. This is a good time for me to do homework, watch TV. There's a big TV. I bring my computer, do research. I have to keep myself occupied. Once the morning comes, which is about 6:15 is when I get started for breakfast, I actually go across the street to our nursing home branch because they make the food. I just bring it across and warm it and serve it to the residents. After breakfast is finished, my shift's mostly over. There's a few residents that I give medication to. This is my last source. According to the Office of Health Facility Licensure and Certification, OHFLAC, there are some facilities that there's a nurse, an RN on call and on service that tells you if the residents can take their own meds or if we need to distribute them. Well, we don't have that kind of thing. We just have these med packs. This is an empty med pack from one of our residents. Today's the day they get empty and we get new ones. And you can see if you flip it over, it has the bedtime, evening, noon, and morning meds. You know, it has the day, Sunday through Saturday, very easy. This also cuts down on employees of certain places trying to take the meds. Makes it very easy to give meds, no one gets confused. I only give meds to the residents that are awake. And the last but not least thing that I do, this is our book where we write to each other how our shift went. So the example of last night was that I had a quiet night, no calls, breakfast went well, Miss Mary had her sponge bath, who got meds and what time they got meds. And that is it for being a PCA from on the graveyard shift. Hope you enjoyed.